Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to our YouTube channel. I remain your host, Skyman, the tallest man in Back Africa. On 9th, that is on Thursday, coming Thursday, William Ruto is expected to give the State of the Nation address. As per the Constitution, he is required to tell the world and the nation at large what has his government done to bring Kenyans together as far as national integration is concerned. He is expected to tell Kenyans, where are we as far as interacting with the nation of the world is concerned. Maendeleo tumefika wapi? It is like a scorecard. And it is expected that both houses, that the National Assembly and the Senate, will have a joint sitting of Parliament. And the venue is usually the National Assembly. So in this video, I want us to look at why I strongly believe that the Kenya Kwanza administration has nothing to tell the world, has nothing to tell Kenyans, other than deodorizing what I call the carcass. So our video is entitled Deodorizing the Carcass. Unapotazama vizuri sana, there's one thing that the government has always repeated. The government, na utasikia William Ruto akiwaambia wananchi hivi kwamba the government has employed 50,000 teachers. We don't dispute that fact. But the actual situation is these teachers are employed on, they are like cash workers. They are interns. They are paid Kenya shilling 20,000 per month. So where on earth do you find a graduate earning 20,000? When you look at it, kile ambacho wamefanya walimu au pesa ni zile zile ambazo Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa anatumia kuajiri walimu, lakini jambo ambalo sasa amefanya, anatumia pesa zile zile kuajiri walimu wengi on temporary basis. Kwa hivyo ni heri kuajiri wachache on permanent terms, wapate pesa ambazo zinawatosha kuliko kuajiri wengi ambao wanapata mshahara ambao tunaweza kuita wa kijugujiko. So when William Samoei Ruto tells you that the government has employed 50,000 teachers, remember it is just interns, and the amount of money spent is the same. Again, he will not tell you about the budgeted corruption. The budgeted corruption is whereby serikali inaweka pesa, bunge inapitisha, inaidhinisha kila kitu, but the money does not reach the intended purpose. The government will not tell you this. And here I'm blaming the parliamentarians. Our members of parliament are feeding the people, because wanaletewa mambo hawasomi chochote, because they are part of the big game. The big game, the con game, ambapo mwananchi analipa kodi. Baada ya kulipa kodi unapata the Auditor General will tell you, or the control budget alluded to the national dialogue, that the salaries of state officers are tripled. So William Samoei Ruto will not address this issue. The issue of corruption has been institutionalized as far as I'm concerned. So the government should actually tell us this, and Parliament should tell us this. Again, there is also this issue of government to government oil deals, ambapo tunaona kwamba wananchi wanaporwa. And the truth be told, this was a bad deal. Ulikuwa mkataba ambapo mwananchi atapoteza fedha nyingi sana, because when this contract was signed, kile ambacho kilikuwa ni kwamba the dollar was exchanging, I think, at 135. And when they are paying, when the loans are maturing, kwa sababu kile ambacho wanafanya, wanaletewa mafuta, nafikiri kwa miezi 6, after 6 months they can now pay. But the truth of the matter is that the Kenyans are paying more than they have consumed. Kwa sababu unapata, for every liter, the dollar has actually appreciated. The Kenyan shilling has depreciated with, I think, 16 shilling. Again, the same petrol, the same fuel has been infiltrated. Bei imepandishwa. Now 14 shilling is going to in the pockets of the cartels. And this is how I think Museveni withdrew from buying buying fuel from Kenya, and now they are buying directly from the source. That is why ukienda Tanzania utapata kwamba bei ya mafuta inazidi kushuka wakati bei ya nchini Kenya inazidi kupanda. So he will not tell us this. Even if he is going to talk about it, he is going to give distorted facts. So Kenyans should be very keen and listen to what he is going to tell us, because kulingana na vile ambavyo walikuwa pale, the way they dramatized everything when they were signing this agreement, we thought that this was something that was going to save the common mwananchi, kwa sababu mambo yalikuwa mezidi na maisha yanazidi kuwa magumu, na bei ya mafuta ilikuwa inatarajiwa kwamba igeshuka, tuseme kwa mfano ifike at least like something 120, but it was never the case. Again, the issue of free fertilizers will always be addressed. Kama kuna jambo moja ambalo serikali ya William Ruto imekuwa ikizungumzia ni mambo ya pembejeo for free fertilizers. But is it fertilizer really free? Is it really free? Was it given by the Russians free, and then the government decided to sell it at Kenya shilling 2,500? And again, is this fertilizer actually reaching the farmers? And if it is reaching the farmers, kusema ukweli, are we getting fairness? Kwamba unapata kwa mfano mtu ana kishamba kidogo lakini anapata mifuko mingi kuliko yule ambaye ana shamba kubwa. Again, there has been issues of fertilizer kuonekana ikiuzwa madukani, imewahi kuonekana ikipelekwa mahali kwingine. The government should address this issue. It's not always the issue of telling us this, the issue of free fertilizers, because tell us, ladies and gentlemen, how is fertilizers going to lower the cost of living, as far as, kwa sababu kwa mfano itashukishaje bei ya petroli? Itashukishaje? Yes, we can have more production, we can increase the production, we cannot deny that fact, but how is it going to lower the cost of electricity? How is bumper harvest going to lower the cost of the food prices of other commodities like now mafuta ya kupikia? Kwa sababu kile ambacho tumeona hapa ni kwamba tumekuwa tukiona serikali ikijaribu kuonyesha kwamba nikana kwamba kuwa na mazao mengi ndicho is like the panacea to all our problems, which is not the case. Again, there's also the issue of the thugs who raided the northern farm. Who raided the northern farms? Why have they never arrested? Why have these thugs never been arrested? Who was burning Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's farm? Who was cutting tree? Who are these thugs who were carrying sheep on their back? Who are the people who slaughtered this? Why has the government not done anything? So it is important to tell Kenyans why the law is being applied selectively, because when you look at it, utaona kwamba Kenyan is applying law selectively, kwamba utapata kuna wengine ambao wanaachiliwa kufanya vile ambavyo wanataka, haulizwi na walionekana. The DCI is there, it is not taking any action. Does it mean that the government is fearing these thugs who raided Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's farm, the northern farm? So this is one of the issues that has never been addressed, and if it has never been addressed, it is going to affect the national integration, kwa sababu some people always feel that kuna sheria ambazo zinawekwa au zinafuatiliwa ili kuathiri wengine, lakini kwa wengine zinakuwa hazitumiki kwa njia ambayo inafaa. Then there is also the issue of the cost of school fees. School fees has become very high, not even from day school, from nursery school, from higher education, kwa sababu tumeona igawa serikali inasema kwamba imetuma zile pesa ambazo wanasema walituma. The truth of the matter is that students are suffering. The truth of the matter is that the university students and college students are suffering, and they have suffered a lot, because even if the government sent the money, because I'm not sure whether they have sent the money, because the last time I checked, many students had not received the funding. And when you look at even the secondary schools, capitation, utapata kwamba serikali inatuma pesa nusu, and as we talk, every student is owed by the government, I think Kenya shilling 6,000. And how do you expect the principals to run the school if you're not sending the money? And again, there's also this issue of the principals increasing school fees. How is the government going to address this? The issue of school fees is something that William Ruto needs to come out very, very clearly. There's also the issue of the depreciation of the shilling. What is causing this depreciation? Why is the government lying to Kenyans that the Kenyan shilling has always been overvalued? And who was overvaluing this? Why are you telling Kenyans half-truth? Because we know ukweli ni kwamba some people are holding the dollars. There are people who are trading the dollars, and these are people in government. Wengine, instead of taking the dollars to the banks such that the banks can have enough reserve, kile ambacho wanafanya kutokana na kule kuwa na pesa kule kubadilika, the way the shilling is getting a beating, tunaona kwamba wengine they are going and trading with the dollar directly, wanaenda nazo bali badala ya kupitia njia ambazo zinafaa. Kwa hivyo they are using panya route, and the government is aware of this because serikali inajua kila kitu. Serikali inajua ni akina gani hawa ambao wanalaghai, wale ambao wanatumia panya route, and the government is actually making Kenyans lose a lot of money because the cost of import is increasing every day, kwa sababu utapata kwamba in Kenya most of the things are imported. Again, in his state of the address, we expect the government to tell us about the Shakahola massacre. Wamefika wapi? Ni watu wagapi waliwawa? Ni watu milioni gapi ilipatikana pale? Na kama ilipatikana, who was behind this? What was happening here? Now, if the excess was done, was it complete? Could there be other people who are carrying the same activities? And who was behind this? So especially because I strongly believe Mackenzie was not alone. I strongly believe because William Ruto alisema kwamba some people are going to take responsibility. The DCI, the chiefs were there. Wale watu ambao wanahusika na usalama walikuwa wapi wakati watu walikuwa na uwawa hivi, when the people were being misled to have what we call, because from all angles kile ambacho tunaona kwamba it was a massacre. Tulifika wapi? And why has William Ruto even never visited the place? Again, we also expect the issue of early campaigns. Why is Kenya Kwanza on the campaign mode? Why is the government not working in offices? Why is the president always on rooftops instead of maybe hatumuoni hata siku mbili siku tatu akifanya kazi pale, kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba he has put the country in a campaign mode, and this is taking a lot of time. Kwa mfano unapotazama mwananchi wa kawaida, utapata mwananchi wa kawaida akiathirika because instead of working in the farms, watu wana shida kwa barabara wakigojea mtukufu rais waone kile ambacho watawaletea, instead of even people kuendelea na biashara zao. Utaona kwamba biashara zinaathirika kwa sababu the president is in town, is going to interfere with the business. And when the president is in town, the truth is most of the business are affected. What is the government planning to do about this? And why is the government the one that is on the campaign mode? It is not even the opposition. We also expect the issue about how much money has been borrowed since William Ruto came to power. And what are the projects that tunaweza kusema kwamba tumekopa 1.5 trillion, na the projects are here, tumefanya hivi, kwa sababu kusema kweli hii mikopo ambayo tunakopa inaishia kwenye mifuko ya viongozi walio katika serikalini. And what is the government doing about this? For how long are Kenyans going to pay for money that they did not know how it was spent? And we are taking all these loans, and we seem to have a lot of appetite for this money. Again, there is also the issue of El Nino. Why did the president mislead the nation? So